What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Dad Talks. So today I wanted to talk about a book that has been on school bookshelves that I think is inappropriate, to say the least, and it seems to be gaining a lot of attention. It has been getting a lot of attention over the last year or so, and being thankfully pulled from school bookshelves, but there are still a lot of schools that are out there carrying this book. The book that is in question is called Lawn Boy, which is a story of just that. It is a lawn boy, but there are a lot of discussed sexual acts in this book between minors and very young minors, 10 years old to be in fact, which is absolutely disgusting. And there was a mom in Texas, I believe, that was actually challenging this. And there's a video that I want to show you guys that of her challenging this. And you could hear some of the quotes because she reads them out loud in front of the school board. She reads quotes from the book out loud, and you can hear what is in this book that is sitting on the shelves in our school libraries. But before we do that, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you get updates when we release more videos. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this video of this Texas mom reading these quotes, and I want you guys to really pay attention to what is being said, and please keep in mind that these are 10-year-olds that are being described in this book. 10. Okay, here we go. Let me. Sorry, I can't get over this. Let's listen to what they say.
No button. You would think I would know that. This is my son, Cameron. He attends Leander High School, and I'm going to explain to you the book that he received. But Mr. McKay, I pray you're a man of your word. Last week, I asked my children if I could check the books that they've picked up from the school. My son picked up this brand new book from the shelves in class, Lawn Boy. He was under the impression it was about a kid that ends up with a gig mowing the grass at Disneyland. I'd like to share a few quotes with you. This first one, just turn it around. On page 19, not that it really matters in 4th grade, at a church youth group meeting out in the bushes, I touched Doug Goebel's dick, and he touched mine. In fact, there was even some mouths involved. Next one, page 91. What if I told you I touched another guy's dick? What if I told you I sucked it? I was 10 years old, but it's true. I put Doug Goebel's dick in my mouth. Whoa. I was in 4th grade. It was no big deal. He sucked mine too, and you know what? It wasn't terrible. Page 174.
4th grade.
If I
4th grade.
For this one, yeah, I did. He talked about old times at the church, but never mentioned our penises or the fact that he never said 10 words to me after our little foray in the bushes. Not a single reference to holding or tugging or sucking dicks. All I could think about while he was chatting me up was his little salamander between my 4th grade fingers, rapidly engorging with blood. Page 230, I didn't make a sign for this. Why won't you admit we sucked each other's dicks? We shared a Hershey's bar, then you showed me your dick. The next thing I know, it's in my mouth. We sucked each other's dicks, and you're pretending it didn't happen.
Oh my God.
What sort of diversity are you intending to teach my child with material like this? In addition, I'll share with you the exceptional quality of vocabulary. I stopped counting on page 66 after 44 fucks and 41 shits. The depravity of the content on the shelves in our schools cannot be mitigated with policy EF. At this point, I need you to know that according to policy FFH, hold this one please, local, sexual harassment is defined as unwanted sexual advances, sexually motivated verbal, nonverbal conduct, or other conduct or communication of a sexual nature when the conduct is so severe, persistent, or pervasive that it affects a student's ability to participate in or benefit from an educational program or activity, or otherwise adversely affects a student's educational opportunities or creates an intimidating, hostile educational environment. What sort of educational environment do you think the plethora of sexually graphic books selections create for my children, or for any child for that matter?
Okay, so it seems like she's reading her notes now that she had written down, or that she had wrote down about the book. So, wow. So all I could say is wow. I mean, I could definitely say a lot more, but that is absolutely disgusting. I mean, the fact that they go into great detail, and this is a grown man that is writing this book, and the fact that he had to think about these things, about 10-year-olds having sex and sucking dick, and the fact that it is mentioned so frequently that, I mean, once is bad enough, but the fact that she had it, 5, 6, 7 times mentioned, and then there's an entire page where she counted, double-digit fucks and shits and things like that are being mentioned in the book is absolutely asinine, and it begs the question of how did this book end up in the school library to begin with, or school libraries across the nation to begin with, and the reason for that is because it won the Alex Awards from the American Library Association back in 2019. And since then, it has penetrated the school walls and has been sitting on our library shelves for our children to read. It, it is absolutely insane. I mean, when I was in high school, there were books that were controversial and they were banned because there was, graphic details, but not of sexual nature. I mean, there were Harry Potter books that were controversial or even banned in some instances when I was in high school. There was also Of Mice and Men, which was super controversial. There were, I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's a list here that I could pull. Captain Underpants was banned when I was in school. And now we're having 10-year-olds talking about graphic sex acts with each other, and this is just supposed to be normal or commonplace in our schools? I'm not really sure what else to say at this point, but it looks like there's been a lot of conservative or even just logically thinking parents that have come to the defense of the children across the nation to have these books pulled from the school shelves. But the thing that I think is a little bit more concerning is the accolades that this book has received from these massive companies. Like the New York Times says that this book was written for a new millennium. There's the Seattle Times says it's irresistible, funny, honest, and real. What is this one? This one is Publishers Weekly says that it is moving, and that the author Evison convincingly evokes the small disasters and humiliations that beset America's working poor. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There's the Library Journal, deeply real portrait of an everyday Joe just trying to find his way. I mean, I understand that there are many more pages to the book, and that, those are just a few quotes that we're pulling from the book. But the idea is that this is an LGBT book that is depicting 10-year-olds committing graphic sex acts on each other. Not to mention that there are other, reminiscing about these young children and how they feel about each other or whatever, that shouldn't even be discussed in a book to that much detail. I don't really know what to say at this point, other than I really hope that if you guys care about, those of you watching this, if you care about the children of the future, children today, are the next generation of people, that you go to bat at school board meetings and you find out what books are on the shelves, because this is just something that I have a suspicion that we're just scratching the surface, that there's books that are in our schools that we don't know about that are being released to our children, that they're able to read in a controlled environment in the school, where we have no idea what they're reading or consuming or and downloading into their brains. It's absolutely disgusting. So please use this as an opportunity to educate yourself, get more involved with your children in the school system, find out what is being fed to them through books and through the curriculum and things like that, so that we can, as a whole, correct this problem before it's already out of hand, before it gets even further out of hand. So anyways, I really hope that this video is informative, and I hope that you are as shocked and as disgusted as I am about this book. And I hope that with that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so that you can get notified of the next video that comes up. And we'll see you on the next episode of Real Dad Talk. Have a good night.